better daily, where we work hard in our minds, bodies, and our spirits to become 1% better every single day. Download the app and join our Betterment family at betterdaily.life to catch the video version of these podcasts. Here's your host and my dad, Alex Van Houten.
What is up, Betterment family? This is Alex Van Houten in Better Daily Live, and it is Tuesday, Nutrition Tip Tuesday. It's one of my favorite days because I get to hang out with you guys and talk through a nutrition tip to help you on your 1% better journey. So today comes from a question one of our group asked, and they reached out and said, "Hey Alex, how do you and your family stay healthy during the cold and flu season?" And there's a lot I could say about getting enough sleep and exercising regularly, and then, those nutrition habits that we rely on a regular basis. But we do a few things to give our family the extra edge here in the Van Houten household, and I wanted to share those things with you because these are backed by science and are something that if you wanted to incorporate in your 1% journey today or spread to family and friends who need to stay healthy, stay out of getting the flu, stay out of the cold, that sort of thing, then you're going to want to share these things. Now, I will say, when it comes to cold and flu season, you can't prevent all of the junk, but what you can do, or at least our philosophy in our household, is make sure that your immune system is as robust as it possibly can be, so that when you do come into contact with this stuff, and you will, that your body's able to handle it well. So the first big thing, and this is major, if you're not doing this already, please pause this video or do whatever you need to do to implement this immediately. We are religious in this household about taking vitamin D daily, partially because during this season, the days get shorter. And since it's cold outside, and since we're at a particular latitude, that when the sun hits the earth, it's not very strong. The UV rays are not very strong. So we're not really producing vitamin D on our skin like we could be in order to promote our immune systems. And so we take vitamin D daily. Now, it's a pretty well-studied fact that 4,000 to 5,000 IU of vitamin D daily is safe for literally everybody, regardless of what your vitamin D levels are. Now, there are vitamin Ds that you can take that are much, much higher, like 10,000 IU, 20,000 IU, and maybe you need to take those, but I don't recommend those without a vitamin D test. So if you don't know where your vitamin D's at, but you're like, hey, I just want to take a precautionary measure, Coach Al said, hey, take vitamin D during the winter, and so 5,000 IU of vitamin D daily. And as far as supplements go, like vitamin D it's really hard to mess up. You need vitamin D3. It's really hard to mess that up. And so you don't have to buy some crazy expensive brand or anything. And then it's really cheap, something like, I want to say 10 or 12 bucks for 2 months supply of 5,000 IU vitamin D3. And they do make it in liquid form if you want to make sure your kids get some, excuse me, speaking of cold and flu season. But also, the number 2 thing that we do in our household that we're pretty crazy about is it bolsters our kids. So we don't usually buy a separate vitamin D supplement for our children. We just get them a liquid multi. So number 2, we are also very hardcore about a multivitamin daily in our household over the winter months. And we get Mary Ruth's. We get that from it's like a big, it's not a carton. What do you call that? It's like a bottle, plastic bottle, a little screw top lid. Screw that on there. And we give them 5 meals in the morning, and I take a swig of it. Kristen's got a big girl multivitamin, but I take the kids' stuff just in a higher dose. It's easy, because I make a quiz out of it. I pull it into the little syringe, and I'm like, all right, Bennett, what does the word dog start with? A D, Dad, good job, here you go. And then I asked Gabriel to spell napkin. That was this morning. That was actually our quiz this morning for the multivitamin. So vitamin D, 5,000 IU for adults. The vitamin D in there is 800 IU for the kiddos. They're also drinking milk and that sort of thing, so they're getting vitamin D elsewhere. And we eat a lot of seafood in our house, so that's a fantastic source of vitamin D as well from a dietary perspective. And then we do the multivitamin. The multivitamin, the reason that's important, and there are some, not a lot, but some research to suggest that an immune system that has all of the cofactors that it needs, that's like the vitamin B and the manganese and the magnesium, that an immune system that has all the cofactors that it needs is going to operate better than an immune system that doesn't. And so in our household, when it's the winter months, especially when it's holidays and stuff and people aren't eating normally, you go stay with the grandparents and eat weird stuff. Not me, the kids. The kids eat weird stuff. Then we want to make sure that they get enough vitamins and minerals throughout the winter months to keep them from getting sick. And then the last thing that we do in our household, that we do collectively, I have a few things that I do personally, but my wife's not quite on board with those, is we do elderberry syrup. And not like we don't get it from Walgreens with the little elderberry on the front. My wife actually makes it. So if you guys want the recipe, I'll tag her in this video below and have her share that with you. She gets elderberries, she boils them in a pot, she adds some local honey and a few other things. And elderberry is also studied to elevate certain aspects of your immune system in order to promote fighting off cold and flu season. And so that said, those are the three things that the Van Houten household does. Now, personally, I also stay up on my fermented foods. So kefir, especially, I eat some things that we've pickled over the summer, that sort of thing. And the goal is to help the microbiome, to help the bacteria and the virome in my body to be healthy and well bolstered and well recruited, so that when I do have pathogens introduced to the system, that they can fight those things off well, that they can defend their turf and do their job, right? So fermented foods, and those of you who don't like fermented foods, a good probiotic, I like Saccharomyces boulardii. That's the one I generally recommend. That's not actually a microbe. It's more like a yeast that promotes the microbes of the body. Either way, getting your microbiome in a positive and solid place is good. And then also, I am a huge proponent of omega-3 fatty acids. I don't take those in supplement form. I usually eat them in the form of sardines or canned salmon, but you can get that any way you want, but you need the EPA and DHA in your life in order to promote an anti-inflammatory environment in your body and to help your immune system to fight off the junk that you're going to be exposed to in the winter months. Now, my boys will eat sardines and salmon with me. Bennett's not super happy about it, but Gabriel's gung-ho. My wife, on the other hand, she wants me to go out on the back porch and eat that so she doesn't have to smell it. So she's not as high up on the omega-3 fatty acids thing as I am, except she'll just take a supplement. She's like, isn't that what Amazon's for? So that said, that is our quick and dirty list to help you stay healthy throughout the winter months. Now, obviously, again, habits, and there's pieces of exercise habits that can be powerful and important in keeping your immune system healthy and keeping you from being ill, but Nutrition Tip Tuesday is not the place for that. So we can talk about that more over the next couple days. Guys, this has been Alex Van Houten with Better Daily Live. Thank you for joining me for Nutrition Tip Tuesday. It's just 1%. You got this.
Thank you for joining us for your 1% Better today. Don't forget to subscribe for the podcast. Leave us a raving review to tell others how Better Daily has helped you in your journey. If you want more Better Daily, download our app and join our Betterment family at betterdaily.live. Use code POD to get 25% off your subscription. That's POD, all caps, to save 25% on your subscription. We all have a cross to carry. It's lighter when we do it together. Go to betterdaily.live today.